Okay, consumer math. 10.2, page 285. All right, this is about checks. You don't have to write a lot of checks in your life, but you do have to deal with checks, so we're going to do this. Now, one of the things they don't do is they don't have you fill out checks, which is kind of weird, but you know. So this is a sample check. On your check, you have your name, your address, your phone number. Phone number is optional. Some people say put your Social Security. Do never put your social on your check. Really, you don't even need to have your phone on your check, okay? Put your name and your address, okay? This over here is called the check number. This is what number of check it is. They, 2026, 27, 28. When you first get a checking account, ask them to start with number 1,000. They can do that. But if people look at your check, and this is like number 1, they're going to be like, dude, this person's never written a check before. I don't like that. You can start with any number you want. So I'd suggest starting with 1,000, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. All right? As you fill out the check, you put down the date, okay? The month, the day, and the year, okay? It says pay to the order of, you put the person's name or whoever it's going to write it to. Never leave that blank, because then anybody can pick that up and write their own name in it, and they can cash the check. So put down who it's to. Over here is the amount, okay? Write in the dollar amount, decimal sign. Down here, you write it out in words, okay? If this is 1058, 58, on the amount, you write $10, and then you put 5,800, like that. And you want to fill this up. If there's room left over here at the end, do this. Because people write stuff in there to forge it, to make a bigger check, smaller check, all that. Memo is who you wrote the check to or what it's for, just to remind you of that. Okay, and then you have to sign it. You have to sign it in cursive, your name, whatever your signature is, okay? Now, one of the things they don't show in this book, which is really bizarre, is there's a bunch of numbers down here, and there's a number down here. There's also maybe a magnetic strip reader, sort of. One of these two sets of numbers is the routing number, and the other, it tells about where the bank is, and the other one is your account number. I've never seen a check without it, but their checks don't have it. I don't know. Also, the bank's name and address is right here. Okay, it's very important. Never fill these out in pencil, always in pen, and that there, okay? The other thing over here, this is the check register. This is, as you write checks, you need to keep track of what you did. Okay, so the number, the check number goes right here, 1026. The day you wrote the check goes right here, 4/7/20, okay? If it's a written to, you write it here. If it's a deposit, you write deposit or what it's from right here. Okay, if it's a check, you write the amount here. We wrote a check to Alyssa because she's wonderful. I gave her $102.30, okay? Over here, balance forward is how much I had before any of this happened on this page. Okay, so if I have $110, wow. $110.37, and I write a check here, then I'm going to subtract that from that. This, take away that, is this, okay? And that's what the balance forward is. Subtract checks, okay? Next day, I don't have a check number, but on 4/8/20, I get a deposit. It's my paycheck. Okay, paycheck. I don't put anything here. It's a deposit, and it's $500. So I take and add this to this, and I have this. You add deposits, okay? And you keep a running balance over here of what's going on. This little box over here is for when you balance your checkbook. If you ever balance your checkbook, you compare it to your bank statement, and I look later on, then this check for Alyssa has cleared the bank. It's on my bank statement, so I check it off that I've done it. Okay, same thing over here. I check off that this has been deposited over here. Okay, so that's what it is. They don't ask you to do this either, which is just bizarre. Yeah. So on here, look at 1 through 6, previous balance, right here. okay? And then you're going to make deposits of $196.29 and a deposit of $210. You add those, and then the check's written, you subtract those. So what you're looking for on this chart that doesn't say there is the current balance. What they're asking for is this out here. So on number 1, they give you current balance, $7, okay? And then they have checks, this much, and then you subtract these from that. And then they have deposits, and they have this, and this. You add those. So you take this, subtract, add. The answer is that right there, the current balance, okay? And you don't have to add them down. So just do 1 through 9 on here, okay?